of society. Thank you very much. Again, good afternoon from Himalaya. Now I'm on Himalaya. It's a very beautiful. You see, I travel many countries in the world, but Himalaya one of the wonderful place. I wish those who not yet visit, you should come here at least once a life, and if possible, stay about 1 week, and then you will discover by yourself it's a wonderful thing happen. So therefore, a long time I wish here, if we can convene the world leader in different field come here and spend about 1 or 2 weeks, they take miracle energy and go back there, no fighting anymore. Please come. Today the topics, why the reason why many rich people become very poor. Now, rich people, rich country, rich people we talk already. Today we talk the rich country become very poor, poorest one. And anyone can tell me this country on the planet? 15 years ago, the richest one, now poorest one. Which one? I think John, he remember already. I told you. And those who listen, no need to tell. Very interesting. Poor, long time is okay. It's a natural. But richest and poorest. You see now, generally the media, they talk about poor people. The poor country, million people suffering, die. Different kind of the sickness. But they rarely they talk about rich country, they die because we are too much eating. Isn't it? They talk, people without food die is already, but they forget it. So today we also talking about riches and become the poorest. It's a very interesting. I also wish a long time, if possible, let us together, we should make a documentary. That country. That country close with the country of the John. John, he know already. Yes, kindly you thinking now, in order to avoid lots of time, so I would like to request Professor John to present what is your idea why the rich country become poor, and you give the proof. And after that, I give contribution. And all the listener, if you have any question, please you note down and put the question to speaker. Thank you. Please, John. You listen to me? Yeah. Open. Yeah.
You can open now.
Ah, okay, now I can. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, the country is very close to Australia. The country, very small country. I learned this from you and Dugai. Nauru was very, very rich, richest country. No?
Yes.
And it now is the poorest. The Australian government now gives them money every month to survive. They were the richest people, and now they're the poorest people. They had a lot of resources. They sold their resources. They built. My sister even worked in the building in Melbourne, Nauru House. They built a multi-story. It was the biggest building in Melbourne for a short time, and they had a lot of money, and now they have no resources to sell. The ground has been exposed, and they haven't done any work to repair the earth. They have now they live on handouts. They live on charity from other countries. It's very sad what they did. They became independent from England in the late 70s, early 80s, because before then, might have been 1976. I can't remember exactly. And England was looking after them. And of course, England was taking their share of money. So they decided to become independent. But instead of all the wealth and the resources lasting for generations, they sold it all very, very quickly. They became very, very rich. Everybody in the country were multi-millionaires, and now they have nothing. And it's very sad. It's a small country, and they have nothing that they can do to make money. It would be a very interesting documentary. I agree, Master, that would be very interesting to hear their stories, what they did with their money, why they lost all their money, and they have nothing now. That would be very interesting. I would certainly like to be a part of that if we can get them to tell the truth. I think a number of things happened. I think they were taken advantage of by business people, said, oh, just invest with me, I'll look after you. They didn't learn how to budget their money, and they didn't look for the future. And I don't know if they gave any money to charity or to help out other people. I'm not sure. I don't know if they did that. But a very interesting story. That is one country that I know of. The Master asked me a question, so I did a lot of research on that. Yes. And my sister, I think I said, my sister worked in Nauru House for many years before it was sold, because they couldn't pay for it anymore. So yes, if you have more to add, Master, I am very interested to learn about Nauru and other countries, why they went poor.
John, so now your sister is working there?
Not now. She did when it was called. It's not called Nauru House anymore. Yes. They changed the name and they changed the building.
Yeah.
But when it was Nauru House, my sister, she worked there. Yes. It was very beautiful, yes. Very lovely. Yeah, that's very big. Yes. Very tall building.
Before it's Nauru, but now Australian House.
Yeah, some other company bought it and made it bigger. Yeah. That was in the 80s, 1988, 1990, something like that. Yeah. They very quickly lost their money.
Yeah. John, because why we interest, this is a very rare country on planet. But it's also very useful, a very good lesson for different country, many countries in the planet.
Yeah, it's a good lesson for Australia to not sell all the resources and just give it away. Yeah.
So now let us pray, because now very difficult to get the visa to visit that country, because they are very shame. They don't want people know about their mistake. They just the poorest, but always propaganda paradise and the richest one. even very funny. Their country now, because they eat too much sugar, now majority people need diabetes. Yeah, and no good education. And recently, American hide the land to set up the prison for the refugees, for the illegal immigration.
Australian yes. Does, yeah. Yes.
Australian, they don't want to keep the illegal immigration in Australia, no?
No.
Therefore, they hide the land in Nauru to make the jail.
Yeah.
So become richest one. Now the biggest prison.
Yeah.
Very good story. Yeah. So now please you also check how we can get visa. What we should not talk documentary. We should go there like the tourists. Okay. We film and we go back to the Melbourne or Sydney. We invite a different personality to discuss for the seminar. And I think the documentary around about 15 minutes. We can find many documentary. Even we make the Nauru house, how they live luxury. Before Nauru people, they want to buy the luxury product, they come to Melbourne, or Queensland, and to purchase. They fly there and they come with full aeroplane. They brought a lot of money to the Australian. Then all those money and material, all building now belong to Australian. It's not Nauru anymore. And even now they are the backer. Very rare. So John, please you inquire. We should go there like the tourists. Okay, 2 weeks. You and I and your wife, some friend, we go there with the camera. We shooting. Okay. And you check. I think they charge very more costly visa. Very costly.
Yes, not very easy to go there.
No, possible because now they need visa. They limited. They limited for the. We go there. We have to pay. But I think cheaper than Bhutan. Cheaper. I think 2 weeks enough. 2 weeks or 10 days. Okay. If you agree, then we join together. We fly from your hometown to there, like vacation. You get the point. And then we go back to Australia and we invite different Australian leaders, foreign prime minister and minister. They know very about and different personality. I think that's documentary. If it's good, we can sell to many countries. This is also the good lesson for the world leaders. Million people should not follow that way, but they hide. They hide. So please you pay attention. Discuss well with your wife. Okay. You have any more contribution, John?
No, I don't know. I don't know what else happened.
No. Yes. Now please you follow the because now the people very good lesson, but not many people pay attention because this is the forgotten the country, what we the lost country. Even many bitter story. The diplomat, the country, whenever they go outside, they are like a beggar, not enough food to eat. And when any reception and they come, they take food. You see, very sad. But now when we talk, we should have proof. I wish documentary 10, 15 minutes, 20 is enough. Okay. For the tourists, they limited, but they charge very costly. The plan, everything already. We just shooting because the disaster thing and the suffering thing from the local people. And then we take in an ancient document, then we make a film documentary. And we have the different seminar. I think if we successful in this, it's a very helpful for many countries on the planet. Okay, thank you. Thank you, John. Now I would like to invite Minh Phước Trí.
Namo Amida Phật.
Minh
Yeah, thank you, Guru. Thank you so much. Now, Guru in Himalaya looks, internet is quite weak compared to Lumbini.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I come here,
Yeah.
I feel like a paradise.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
all my life I can stay here, I feel very happy, very happy. And even I will tell many miracle. I wish all of you should come here. Should come to Himalayan, one of the wonderful country on the planet. Yeah.
Thank you,
We
Guru.
learn many things.
I think I'm very near to you. I can come in few hours.
Okay. you are very lucky.
Yeah. Thank you, Guru. Thank you so much. Today's topic also very interesting. Why some rich countries became very poor later on. Before we had talked about why rich people became poor or lose everything very quick later on. But now it's a person, not person, it's a country. I think it's a country also, it's a combination of people, and it also reflects the same character. It also applies the same philosophy or same doctrine, how it became rich, how it became poor. And Professor John and Guru already talked about the Nauru. I also didn't know about that country before. I never heard, even I didn't know the name of that country, but someday Guru told me about the country, and I started to research a little bit. Not much information available in Google or internet also, but somehow that was the country was very rich. I think for a limited time around 1970 to 80, in between that, but later on became very poor. Now they are very poorest country. Population also not so big, only around 10,000 in 2020. As I read, that was like a tax-free country. Just that was like a heaven. Just stay there, eat and live, but no need to pay anything. They utilize they use their natural resources in unethical way. They had a phosphate mine and a little coconut they was exporting, but later the nature has a limitation. They sold a lot of Australian, New Zealand, or Hong Kong mining company came there to collect natural resources. During that time, they sold out natural resources. They had good income, and that was like a very good country. Per capita income was very high. People suddenly became very luxurious. Everything they start to import, their daily life goods. And most of income goes to other countries, Australia, USA. And suddenly they went to debt. And now it looks like a ghost town. Like as Guru said, it's a prison house now. And it's very sad to see. Because some country, they take a long time to go in good direction and to catch a speed to become a rich, but suddenly in very quick they lose, because staying on the top is very difficult. When I read this, when I research this, and I remember one thing. In 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary from New Zealand, the guy who conquered first time Mount Everest, and after he climbed and succeeded to expedition, after came back in Kathmandu, some journalists, international media, they asked him, what was the toughest part to climb mountain or Everest? And he answered very, very sensible answer. And he said, climbing mountain is not so difficult. Staying on the top is. Because just go up, certain people can achieve that. But who can stay there for a long time, that is the achievement. Because of thin air, a lot of difficulty, cannot live there long. Same thing, who can balance and can live, who became rich, can maintain that for a long time. They are smart, but difficult to stay there for a long time. Fall down a little bit also okay, I think, but country like Nauru, it's fall down from top to the last. That's too much, very much. So it's a very big lesson for other country. We can make a documentary, other people or country can learn from there. That is the one thing, but several other country also who was big, who was enough rich, but later on they became poor. I don't know exactly, but for example, now if we see Afghanistan, because of war also, I saw some documentary last week. In Afghanistan, there was very nice university. There was equal rights to men and women. Most of women who are very educated, and it looks like when we saw some people was going to university, it looks like Europe. But now, because of civil war, a lot of different international war, they ruined their country. Could be a lot of various different things to fall down from rich to poor. But I think to maintain it, we need some mokfap. What is our income input and how to balance it, how to distribute it, how to be generous people, how to allocate the resource in proper way, how to manage nature, a lot of things inside this. So I think this is my limited knowledge regarding this topic. I'm also very interesting to go and see there, and every single person and country should learn from them and should not repeat the same story. I would like to say thank you to Guru for this opportunity. Thank you so much, Guru. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you very much, Munfukti.
Yeah.
I think this, now you see many rich countries, we should make documentary.
Yeah.
But they're not interested. Yeah. And then even the poor country, we should make this documentary for different leaders.
Yeah.
Why? They was rich and now become poor. There are many reasons. Firstly, in my opinion, they do not believe they did not respect the law of the nature.
Yeah.
Environment. At that time, that country, there are many natural resources, but they over-exploit and destroy the nature. So before there's a very nice water, now not enough water to drink.
Yeah.
The reason why? That is because the abusement of their people, the leaders. So
yes, Guru. When I watch one documentary about Nauru, and they have only 2 hotels inside the country. If we go to travel, and I saw inside the bathroom they have some notice water running hour, because they are island near the sea, but they don't have enough water, and only morning 2 hour, evening 2 hour, they run water.
Right.
Yeah.
There are more the suffering story. So now I think why I want to make this documentary, because this is a true real lesson for the leaders in different countries. Yeah. This one I talked a few the UN ambassador. I told them many things, but they also neglect. They're not interested. But really, United Nations should spend money, but they did not make. So let's us think and work together. Because you see now, if our documentary go to the country, they change the mind of the leader, then million lives saved, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So please I think now if we gave them money never finish, and more giving money, more trouble. But nobody give now. No, only Australia and New Zealand, because this for the military strategic they give, but not enough food to eat. Yeah. So this I think this is a very good lesson for humanity. Thank you very much contribution. We should together pray together to realize this documentary and writing the books. Yeah. When we have time, I think you and John together we should write a book.
Thank you, Guru.
Later, I think in the near future, if possible, let us try to bring the magazine 3 months, and we talk about these things. Okay, and to pay attention. Well, anybody want to give the idea? And then you put the question to the speaker, please. Có thể quay sơ không? John, please, you thinking and you can do this work, because your country is very close to Nauru. You can jump there anytime.
Yes, I'm in Vietnam at the moment, though. Yes. Yes.
Very interesting. I think the lifetime the population that country not long, very short, and now even when they are sick they cannot get medicine. They must go to another country to be cured and to get medicine. Yeah, very interesting. Riches. Yeah, and Phukti, he also very surprised when I told him about the story of this country. Yeah. And Phukti, I think we should, you also should start to write in Nepali language. And we talk about this and we share the idea with the people. Okay. And you check. I don't think that Kathmandu they have the embassy.
No, they don't have an embassy anywhere. I read. I think they don't. They have something in Australia, maybe, and
Australia and UN.
And Australia.
UN. They get help from UN. Yes.
And Australia and Taiwan have an embassy in Nauru.
Yes.
Only that.
Yeah, very small. Yes, there's only, was it say 10,000 people? Maybe. It's very small. And yeah.
Very small, but the richest one. And now poorest one.
Now the poorest one, yes.
Yeah, now poorest one. It's a very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. I like very much. I dream a long time to do the documentary. And Phukti, whether you can discuss with some Nepali filmmaker, we can we contact with some filmmaker, documentary maker, and then we should realize this document.
Okay, good, sure.
Yes, yeah. Then we try to raise the fundraising. We try.
It may take time, but we can do. Yeah.
It's take time. Okay. Now idea. You say now when I meet all of you, I feel very confident. No? We can, because I was in Lumini alone, very lonely. Now how Lumini develop, international, and I also find you and your wife very lucky, because
we feel more lucky, Guru.
Yeah.
we need you.
You just visiting there very short time, you become owner of the land. I wish after some time you become the landlord in Lumini. John, you keep contact with the Min Phukti. Min Phukti, he will be the landlord. Then he give the land to us.
He'll be the businessman, the developer. Okay.
Yeah.
I think to meet with Professor John is not so difficult. When border will open, I will be in Saigon.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then.
Yeah. We are really waiting for that. 2 years we already stuck in Nepal. We cannot go anywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, we are looking forward to coming to Lumini and visiting as well. Up there, so.
That would be wonderful. Hope to see you soon.
We have many plans like this. We just hope that can come together.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a wonderful. Yeah,
I think
you after this. Yes.
I was thinking Minduk Hai probably can talk about Nauru as well. He's very clever.
Yeah. I think that documentary is a very useful for political leaders in different age.
It would be very useful. I am very interested in it. If we can make this, that would be wonderful.
Then the real story. Yeah, how can they was before? There's a one now. At that time, there's a Nauru airline, one a day. But now I think maybe once a month or something like this one.
Yeah, I've been there one time.
Yeah,
one time. There are many small islands like Nauru near Australia, and I have worked, but they're not rich. Very poor. They never had money. Yes, I used to work in some islands to help them.
Yeah, let's help do something. You see, you should come to visit Nepal Lumini soon, because this also the miracle, wonderful, and now this has become the world peace city. Many country, many monastery, foreign monastery, and then very soon they have the international airport will be open. Then I also pray. I wish there should Vietnam Airline fly from Vietnam, bring Vietnamese people, and other country come to Lumini. I recently the few minutes. I'm very so happy to get the news. You see, Indian leader they are very quickly. They open Prime Minister. They open Kushinagar Airport. I do not know from which place. From Gorakhpur.
It's very near to Lucknow, Guru.
Near Lucknow.
In between Lucknow and Gorakhpur.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So from there, if from there we fly from there to Lumini, I think about 10-15 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, about only 200 kilometers. So it takes only 10-20 minutes. Yeah.
So Manfukti, then you come, you should buy the land to the airport. That's the airport. Join to airport.
Yeah, Guru.
Yeah.
But Nepali projects are very slow. They gave a contract to China, and they make a big propaganda, big news, but nothing happened yet. But in India, they didn't publish anything. They start to construct airport only 5 months before, and now they already open.
Oh, really?
Lumini Airport is start. Lumini Airport is start from maybe 2015 until now. It's not run yet.
Yeah. Indian leaders and very intelligent. It's a very special. Huh? We Indian they have the 4,000-5,000 year civilization. We have to learn many things from India. Yeah.
Also, they are a big country, and they have inside they have a lot of company and corporate house. If they want, they don't need support from other countries. Inside domestically, they can handle. But Nepal, for a small project, they need support from Japan or China. That makes delay. Yeah.
You see, like Lumini before, all the Nepali leaders, they're also waiting Japan and Japanese. Japanese and China. But at last, I was lucky. I come from Vietnam. I remember very clearly when the King Biranta asked me, Guruji, how much money you invest to develop Lumini Vietnam project? I say 1 rupee. He's very shocked. But I start the building, they come very happy. Yeah. Now, please you come soon and set up your project. Okay.
Sure, Guru.
Don't delay.
Yeah.
Lumini, when you develop Lumini, you have Lumini, you also have the nation and people was born. They need the positive young leader like you, the young people, energy, positive, and we can do a lot of things. We are foreigner, we only supporting you. We cannot do a lot of. Well,
thank you, Guru. Thank you so much. Thank you, Guru,
and we
for
wish
your motivation.
And Huyen, have any idea? Please try. This is open.
Yes, dear Master. For me, I think the rich.
Talk loudly.
Yes, I think the richest country become the poorest country because they are selfish and greedy. They don't respect the nature of the Lord. They do a lot of bad things to the nature. Because they want to get more benefits and more money. So they do a lot of bad things to the nature, regardless for people and the nature.
What commentary you feel?
It's just my I get a lot of information. I get a lot of interesting information through the Zoom. Thank you, Master, and a lot of people in the Zoom. Thank you very much.
You see, really now we are not politicians, but if we work together, we can light. We can light. For example, this imagination, but I test already. Himalayan is a very wonderful place. So let us try to convince the different leaders come here and we cook good food for them and give the good light, sound, food and lodging. I believe after 7 days or 10 days, their mind will change. Yeah. I have the test already. There's one few men, they never believe in the religion spirit, and they purify the mind and go back, they change themselves and hold their family chain. Therefore, my wish is, I'm very much like to invite the president, US president, and Kim Jong-un, North Korea, and not come to Lumini. And then after that, we bring them to Himalayan and we give them good food, good light, good sound, motion. Then we give them food, good coffee. And when Đức Hải bring the coffee. And Minh Phước Tí, you bring the good masala.
Yeah.
Master,
And,
last time,
and we give them, we say, if you don't change the mind, we put masala in your head and then we clean your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Master, can I give my opinion?
Yes. Yeah.
The last time when Donald Trump president meets Kim Jong-un in Hanoi, I think if they meet in Himalaya, maybe we have peace. But they organize in Hanoi, so they don't have any peace in the world. But the future, we should suggest them to have another place. The best in the world is Himalaya, and I will make coffee for them. The Vietnamese coffee are different coffee. I will learn it.
Yeah. Now I'm telling you the one of the experience I feel very interesting. I lead 15 learned people and some leaders for pilgrimage, holy places. And during holy pilgrimage, I told them that you should not drink alcohol, including the beer. And after the last point is the Lumini. When they let Lumini, then I say, okay, now pilgrimage finished. Now you have the right to drink beer and whiskey. Okay, then I brought them on the way to the Bokhara, and we stopped there one night. Then I told them, oh, today the pilgrimage finished. You can drink the beer you like. Then they drink the Nepali beer. Oh, they say, oh, the best one on the planet. Very tasty. And then even after that, they brought 20 beer to Vietnam and to Europe and America. You see this, and they say, how Nepal can make wonderful beer? Because 11 days, they have no right to drink the beer and whiskey. So that is my secret, my makpat. You see, it's very interesting, very interesting. I test, I find. So let us try to convince. Many times I talk with the Nepali leader, try to set up the peace center in Nepal, but they seem to be not interested. But now I wish if have a facility and we can get many young people like Minh Phước Trí, I think we try. Okay. We organize ourselves. We not depend on the government. Yeah. We try to convince the Minh Sơn Diệu Thủy, the owner of the High View. He allow us to put the office. I think they accept our idea. And John, you also come and join with us.
I will make sure the beer is good. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I think they say the best one. Nepali Himalayan beer, Minh Phước Trí. They say the best one on the planet.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised.
Yeah, we have several beer named Everest, Gorkha. Everest very famous. But personally, I miss Saigon Special or Baba.
Everest, yes. Everest.
Long time I not been in Saigon. I miss that.
Oh, really? Three numbers. Three Baba.
Bye.
Three Baba. Three Baba better than Himalayan better. We should test. Oh, many things to do. But let us pray and wish we should meet the positive people. We should meet the right person. Though we can do a lot of things. Yeah. 1-2 person. According to my experience, the story made by only few good people. You see? Yeah. Only few. If we meet together honest people, we can do a lot of things. Negative people is not helpful. Positive people. Yeah. I had some experience. Later I will share you. When I was in India 50 years ago, I was student. I start to bring out a journal. At that time, this I get makpat from my master, so I could do few work. At that time, I was the student in master MA. Then I taught in the Buddha land. There's no magazine, but my English that time was broken English. But I decide my English is not good English. But we have good contact with English department. Many professors from England. Okay. Then I start to the journal. it's difficult. Then I write the article, then I brought to the English teacher to correct English. Then I remember well, at that time, the salary of the lecturer university, 550 rupee. Yeah, salary. And the worker, the mystery at that time, they get only 1 or 2 rupee per day. But they live very nicely. But when I bring out the journal, I get more than 15,000 rupees. So it's a very, that is the experience I would like to share you. Yeah. If we are positive, determined, and good view, positive view, we can do a lot of things. Yeah. Okay, welcome. I'm waiting the question and the idea and different participants. 20 phút được không? 20 phút này. 20 phút này. 10 minutes, please. Trí Đức. Oh. All want to listen, don't want to speak today. Maybe the weather change. You are not in Himalaya. I'm in Himalaya, very cold. Oh, wonderful! You see, I'm on Himalaya. There now I wear 3-4 clothes. Yeah, very cold, but very, very exciting. I feel very intense. Nighttime I sleep only 2-3 hours. I feel enough. Morning I get up early morning. I wait the sunrise, and sometimes we see snow mountain. Very wonderful. I belong strongly. I believe strongly. If the leader, world leader, they come to Himalaya and stay 1 week or 10 days, there might be change. Particularly the Kim Jong-un and former President Trump, suddenly they change. You see, it's a very funny. They might only fighting, no rest. But can they come here? If sometimes they get angry, we lock down, we don't give food while 1 or 2 days. Then after that, we give them food and beer. Oh, then they're happy. There's one Vietnamese leader. I brought them the Himalayan. Then I leave him alone. Oh, he very much frightened. He afraid very much. But I say, no. If you die, I will replace. I say like that. He stayed 3 days. Then he come back to Vietnam. A lot of change in his life. And he want to come back again. Yeah. I find the Himalayan is a wonderful, wonderful place. Yeah.
Master, to be honest, I think you have a wonderful idea, a wonderful method to it's a simple way, but it's work very well. And it's a good lesson, very important lesson for every developing country. Now they want to develop very quick, but the Nauru is a good lesson for the politician leader around the world. Especially like Vietnam, we are developing country, and Nepal also. And we have a good lesson, and I totally agree with you about make a film documentary about this country to make a good film, good lesson for all the leader around the world. That is on my opinion.
You see, we should when you practice the Lotus Sutra, there's a one chapter is an example chapter inside is a wonderful. Like now the people, the children, your children living in the burning house. They low in the even burning house is dangerous. They kill them. So now we try to make good food and good car, good toys, and they come out. They say life. I think like this one. the society, they make the man like the robot, like machine. They don't have to think. Yeah, running money. And brown, I like this one. But here, meditation, eating, and thinking, suddenly they change. I wish, and please, we pray, wish together. They come here suddenly. Don't have any question? So now the internet also no good. Maybe they want the internet. Okay, thank you very much for joining, and have a good time. And I wish one day you should come to Himalaya and visit Lumini. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you so much.